So with this questionnaire, why do hotels give this type of questionnaire to visitors? Why do you think they give us this questionnaire? So I said before, because they care to get some good suggestions, yeah, to make changes. So if many people are complaining about, you know, the bad service or the bad food or the uncomfortable room, the staff members, yeah. So they can know and they can make that change. Any other reasons why? Yeah, so that they can make changes, I think, and they can make sure that they're keeping their clients happy, because there's many competitions. There's so many other hotels, so they have to always stay as the best. Which parts of the hotel does it ask about? The gym, the restaurants, the rooms, the staff,
parking.
the parking. Would you ask any other questions? I think it's a very good questionnaire, right? It lets them know why you came, how the room was, how the staff were, the food, and you can comment on the food. If you would return, that's a very good question. Would you return? Would you recommend this hotel? And what other suggestions? So they've ended it by saying, we appreciate your feedback. So they're showing a lot of care, and they've given not just questions where you tick yes or no, or, you know, comfortable to not very comfortable. They've given you space so that you could write and give suggestions, and yeah. So I think it's a really good questionnaire. Okay, let's go to number 4. So we are talking about when we have questions, when a business or a company ask question, or even you as a person, when you ask your friend about something in your life because you want their opinion, we have a thing that we call a closed questions and open questions. So closed questions are just yes or no answers. Like, did you enjoy the hotel? Yes or no. Did you like the menu? Yes or no. Did you like the location? Yes or no. That's what a closed question is. So it only gives you a limited information. It only gives you if the person agrees or disagrees. But an open question gives you more information. So it gives you an opportunity to get more information from your client or your customer. So I can ask, you know, how did you find the menu? Would you make any other suggestions? Then I would leave a space where people can give their answers. Or a question like, if we look at the questionnaire that we had, what other suggestions do you have to improve our hotel? So you can leave space. Did you use the gym? If yes, what did you think about the equipment? Or another question could be, was there anything in the hotel, in the room, that you can suggest that's missing? Maybe some people might suggest, oh, there should be a minibar, or there should be a balcony or an open window or something. So it's a question where you're leaving it open for the customer or the client to give you some information, their opinions. So if we look here, good questionnaires use closed question and open question. So you have to use both, not just one or the other. You're more stronger to get more information if you use both. So we use closed questions and give longer answers to open questions. So read these questions. Are they closed? So put a C or open. So if the question was, how was your bus tour? It's an open question because it's saying how. So you can reply, it was so comfortable, it was very relaxing. Or it could be, you could write, it was just horrible, the seats were so small, the person next to me was, whatever. You allow the person to speak. How was it? The next one, they've done it for us. Did the tour guide answer all your questions? Sorry, that's closed. So it's only, you're going to answer yes or no. What about the next one? Number 3, were all the staff polite and helpful? Closed. Yeah, because you're only going to answer yes or no. And if someone answers no, then you don't know what's the problem. What was the problem? So that's a closed. Did you book your holiday online? Closed. Because someone's going to just say yes or no. If they say no, you want to know, well, where else are they booking it? Did they go to a travel agent? Where did they book it? So you know where to advertise. How easy was our website to use? That's an open, because you could say it was really convenient. I did a search. It came up immediately. The website was really easy to follow the prompts. Or someone could respond with negative. It was really difficult. I found it difficult to book the ticket. It was inconvenient. I had to go through a number of different links and then finally, whatever. So it allows the person to tell you how they feel about it. Did you use the hotel swimming pool and gym? Closed. Would you recommend this holiday to your friends? It's a close because it's still a yes or no. Yeah. It didn't say, and if no, why not? You would just answer yes or no to that one. What other suggestions can you make so you can improve, so we can improve our service?
Open.
It's an open. So you can write many things. I think there should be more towels. I think the rooms were too cold. The air conditioning was not working. Whatever. So there could be many things that you can write to make the experience of the next person a lot better. So does the questionnaire in exercise 3 use a mixture of open and closed questions? The questionnaire that we just looked at, did it use open and closed question? Yeah, I can see it did because it's got a tick. And at the same time, hey Camilla, at the same time, it's got space. If yes, how would you describe it? If yes, comment. What other suggestions? Comment. So yes, this questionnaire uses both open and closed questions. And how does it ask for more information? So I just said that by saying questions 4, 5, and 8. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes, 5 minutes maximum to write a questionnaire for one of these. So you can pretend that you're passengers at an airport, customers at a restaurant, or visitors at a sports center. Only one. So pick one. So passengers at an airport. So you're going to talk about how was the airport experience. So the waiting time, collecting your baggage, the food while you're waiting. Did it have enough shops and were the bathrooms within distance? So you're going to write a question. You're going to write a questionnaire for passengers at an airport. So you got to pretend that you're the company of an airport.
Teacher, how many questions?
I think about 6 or 7. And, you know, you got to use a mixture of open and closed questions.
Okay,
So
teacher.
6 or 7. Yeah. Customers at a restaurant. So again, you're going to be the owner of a restaurant. So you want to ask your customers about how was the food? Did you like the service? What would you recommend that we add to the menu? Was there, you know, you're going to pretend that you're a sports center owner. So you can pretend a sports center such as, it could be a swimming pool, it could be yoga and Pilates center, it could be whatever you can think of, sports center. So you want to ask your customers how they feel about whatever. So pick one and make it up. You can even make a business name and then ask the questions. Remember to use both open and closed questions. Okay, so I'll give you, this is an example that I did last time. So we've got questionnaire. This is for an airport. How easy was it to find your boarding gate? That's an open question because you can see there's a ... They can add how they found it. Did your flight depart on time? It's a yes or no. It's closed. How was your flight? That's an open question. How friendly was the flight attendant? Did you have any food or items confiscated, taken away? Did you have any issues with your luggage arriving? Open. So this one has a lot of open, but there was one closed. That's just an example. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to do that, and then we'll come back and see what we have. So just 5 minutes. You can work in pairs or you can work by yourself. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you guys to write it on a piece of paper because we're going to give it to another group and pretend that they're our customers and they're going to give us a rating. So you can have as well another question that says, you know, from 1 to 5 stars, how many stars do you give us? So that could be one question. Okay, so make sure, I'm going to pass these around, that you write it on this piece of paper so that we can give it to another group. Okay, so Nicholas said you can just write on the chat. So write your questions. So see which one you want to be. If you want to be an airport company. Team Brazil is little. Team Brazil, you need to call your friends smaller now. You need to call your family and friends from Brazil. Say, come to Australia. We need more Brazilians.
Yes. Aí ela vai pegar o seu. Aí a gente vai responder o seu, entendeu? E esse daí? One this. No. One this. You choose one and the describe it one this. Você vai fazer um questionário de desses temas. Você escolhe tema e faz um questionário parecido com esse exemplo. Sim? Tá bem.
And make sure you leave a space. So if you did ask a question like, how easy was it to find your boarding gate? Make sure you leave a space so that, you know, customers can write their answers. Okay. Did you get, yeah, was the serve, we don't say did you get, we say was the service good? Yeah, was the service good? The food, that's not how you start a question. So you got to look back how we start a question. So was the food good? So that's, was the service good? That's closed. Does the waiter recommend? Oh, nice. Did. Yeah. So did the waiter recommend good wine options? That's a very good question. That's again closed. Was the restaurant clean? Closed. Did your order arrive quickly? What other suggestions, yeah, would you make? So that's the open.
Yes.
Open. So maybe one more open, because too many yes, no, yes. Maybe two more open,
Okay.
and have the name. So pretend it's like called, you know, La Brazil Restaurante. I don't know. You know what I mean? Was the service good? You know, was the food good? Because yeah, these are just yes, no. You're not going to find out more information. If not, if no, what can you explain? So was the food good? If no, can you explain why? So this one now makes it open, because can you explain why? So I think two more questions open, and make sure you leave a space and write it on the piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's W.
WOULD.
WOULD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome. So don't forget, have a name. So I'll just pretend, and something like So as a last question, you can see what I've done. So I've put the name, I've pretended this is the name of the business, and I've got questions 1, questions 2, all the way up to maybe 7. And it's a mixture of open and close. And the last one, make sure you add the last one. You can copy mine if you want. Out of 5 stars, what would you give whatever the name? So remember, you could do a restaurant, you could be the company of an airport, Adelaide Airport, or whatever name of Brazil Airport, or a sporting center. So you can have Pilates and yoga center, basketball center, a gym. You could be the name of a gym, make up the name. So you have to pretend it's real. Make up a name and have a little introduction. So we would love your feedback. Something like, we would love your feedback to help us improve our services to you. So that's a very nice introduction. And then it's got questions, as you can see mine. You know, pretending like at least 8 questions or something. So this is what yours should look like that. So I'll come around and have a look at yours.
How would you rate yeah. But you don't have a business name. So guys, make sure you put your business name so the people know where they went to. Make sure a little introduction, like we would love your feedback, and then your questions. And then use the last one. Out of 5 stars, what would you give the name of your business? And don't forget to put space so people can write. So not just yes or no. You can put boxes where people tick, saying good, bad, horrible, whatever, like create, something. And don't forget yes to write it there. What was the reason for the travel? Yeah. Business. How was the parking? How was the parking? Yeah, we said how was the parking? Okay. What did you think about our family? Facilities mean like our the things that we use. Leave some space and make sure there's a big space. Yeah. Close. Yeah. Open. Yes. How was service check-in? The best. How was your bag? How was your bag check-in service? How was your bag check-in service? Okay. Yeah. So what's yours? Again, yes, no, but I was on yeah, it's a bit that's not how you start, right? So remember the 5 W's, where the teams, yes. Yeah, where the teams, easy to buy. So again, that's not how you start. Is it easy to book the same question? Exactly the same. Give the requirements for the yes. It's more some ideas. Yes. Thank you for your visa. We hope that have been to please answer the question. No. Answers and suggestions. Yeah, you have helped people for hours first. Yeah. Aí essa aí português, eu tinha que entender o apresentação e essa aqui já não, eu apresento. Então, acho que eu vou fazer primeiro todo mundo.
Mas é que aqui ela continua.
Então, faz todas as reuniões todas após o questionário. O que a gente precisa lá na base? Uma vez, quando for mais e aí, agora, ó, mentira. Você tá realizando eu acho que você quando eu chego lá, todos estão para saber como a gente o tempo que você chegou e aí se ele fez isso, a gente vai focar no funcionamento. Então, primeiro essa, ou a gente vai querendo pegar as coisas, vocês vão juntar, vocês estudam, vocês vão vamos lá.
Any other suggestions? Problems? And look at the last question. Out of 5 stars, what would you give? What's our M? Yeah, so you're very clear who you are. That's what would you do? What would you do? What would
É que você pode você tem quanto tempo nós how long do you at this se uma pergunta não vai ser
and if so, what?
Acabar de menos 15 minutos, menos de uma hora.
Seria how
Airport parking. Yes, no. Yes, the sign, yes. Okay. Okay, a few more minutes.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Nicholas, let's have a look at yours. So are you satisfied with our service? Do you think our menu has a varied food? Do you think our menu has a varied food option? How would you rate the atmosphere of the restaurant? Do you think it takes time? Do you think so you got to make sure your questions are all in the past. Did it take, was the time to serve you, was the time to serve you, was the time to serve you too long? Did you receive what you ordered? Did you receive? How often do you visit our restaurant? Good. So make sure, Nicholas, I'm just going to send you yours back, that you have the name of your restaurant. And don't forget the last question. Like you can see on my screen, out of 5 stars, what would you give then the name of your restaurant? So Melissa, would you recommend this place to your friends and family? Why do you prefer this restaurant over others that offer the same type of food? Good. Do you consider that hygiene standards? Yeah. Did our hygiene standards meet your expectations? Do you think the price of the product is adequate? The price of the meal is adequate for what you received? Was the price of the meal adequate for what you received? What did you like about our food menu? Yeah, good. So again, same thing. Melissa, have the name of the place. Don't forget to write a little introduction, like mine. So really it should look like this. Would you recommend this place to your friends and family? What did you like about our food? Okay, so as we finish up, you can see mine. So I hope it's looking a lot like, well, mine is, I've used Melissa's one actually. It's not really mine. So you can see it should look like that. We're pretending the name of a business. We've put space for people to write their answers. So I've just made this one, La Boca Ristorante. Then you've got a little introduction, something like, you know, we would love your feedback to help us improve our service to you. Would you recommend this place to your family, to your friends and family? Yes, no. Why do you prefer our restaurant over others that offer the same type of food? They can give their reason. Did our hygiene standards meet your expectations? I put something different here. Absolutely, kind of, not really. So you can put something different instead of yes and no. So you've got the option, I've done it like that. And I've put an X, but let's pretend that that's a box. And they have to tick which box. Was the price of your meal adequate for what you received? Yes, no. What did you like about our food menu? Out of 5 stars, what would you give La Boca Restaurant? So Melissa and Nicholas, did you see that one? And Alan? Okay, guys, so you can see.
Which one, teacher?
Pardon?
Which one?
Can you?
7?
Did I share the screen?
Oh, yes, teacher.
Can you see the shared screen? So I've used your questions and just made it for La Boca Ristorante. And I've put an introduction. Question 1, you can see I've put like yes or no, or absolutely, kind of, not really. Question 5, 6. So make sure yours looks like that. You can see that there's space. So make it look as real as possible to a questionnaire. So you can see something like that. I'll give you some more paper because I think
Yours is good. Lucky you write with pencil. Yes. Good. Is it upper? I like the what's. Yeah, good. So they could. You don't need another one? Oh, yeah. Okay. No, you need another one. Oh, you want to go? Okay. Anyone need another? Because okay, so let me thank you. There we go. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. We don't have yes or no. Or Two more minutes. Yeah, everyone's. Sometimes when it comes to Australia, yeah, because Australia, it's a Peruvian restaurant. Yeah, so this makes it, yeah. How would you grade you don't need to. So you have that off. No, you don't need to have that. Only for all of them. What is the yeah, what is it meal? That you like the most meal. Oh, meal. Yeah. That's just yes, that's good. That's right. The last one, don't forget number 8.
So I don't see anyone. Sorry, my number 6. Make sure you copy it and have the same one. Okay, so you should all finish. Does everybody have a question like the end of the one similar? What would you give stars? Yeah? Yeah? Do you have the same question at the end? This last question, do you all have this last question at the end for you? Yeah? You can draw a picture. I like Bruno, who's put an Italian flag, I think. Italian flag. Yeah. For your, so you can add an image, your logo, you know, because if this was a real questionnaire, you'd have the business logo. Okay, 2 minutes, finished. It should look like that, something like that for you. Business name, introduction, you know, say, we would love your feedback. We value you as a customer and look forward to hearing your feedback so that we may improve our services to others. Something, a little introduction. Make sure you've numbered your question. Make sure you've left enough space so people can write. Make sure you've got a mixture of open and closed questions. So we talked about earlier what open and closed questions were. And make sure you've got the last one. Out of 5 stars, what would you give the name of your business? Resilience. Resilience. Always, even when they're online.
Cornflour. So you use that flour, you make some sort of bread, and then inside you put butter or cheese, butter or meat or chicken.
Okay, so we're on 11F, a tour of London. We can see there's a London Bridge. The caption says, London is an interesting mixture of old and modern buildings.
Old and the modern.
The old and modern. Yeah. Okay, let's get into the exercise. So before we watch the video, read the caption. What do you think? Why do you think people like living in London? Why do tourists go there?
Because it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Historic.
A lot of historic, yeah, a lot of historic history. Yeah, it's very touristic, many people. It's a lot of history. So there's a lot to learn about London. Yeah. So let's look at some key vocabs. A football pitch. Which of these images would be a football pitch? D. Yeah. How about a gherkin? C. A cheese grater. A. A panel of glass. E. And a walkie-talkie. They were fun when you were a kid. Okay, let's watch a video. Keith, so that's a man, he is on a tour. He is a tour guide in London. Watch Keith give a tour and number the places in order that he talks about. So the first one that he talks about is the River Thames. Which one is number 2? So let's watch the video. We might watch it twice if we need to. There's a problem with the video. Here.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the tour today. My name is Keith, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the city where I grew up, the city of London. We are standing in front of the River Thames. If you look behind me, you will see the river. The river is the longest river in England, 360 kilometres long. And 2,000 years ago, this was where the city of London was founded by the Romans. Cross to the other side of the river, and you can see a lot of different buildings. Some of them are very modern, some of them are very old. The building straight ahead of you, the yellow brick building with 4 towers on each corner, is the Tower of London, and it is 1,000 years old. Now let's look at another famous London site. This is Tower Bridge. If you look carefully at the bridge, you will see a roadway. That roadway lifts up in the middle in order to allow the big ships to come through and to deliver their goods to the city. In fact, the bridge still opens 700 times a year. Now we're going to look at some of the more modern buildings of the City of London. If you look ahead of you, you will see a collection of buildings, all of very different shapes. To the right, the rounded building with the black top is known as the Gherkin. Further round to your left, you will see a taller building, which is known as the cheese grater. Then further still round to your left, you can see the large building that gets wider at the top, which is known as the walkie-talkie. Let's go and look at another tall building made of glass. This building is in fact the tallest building in Western Europe. The building in front of you is the Shard. It is 310 meters high, it has over 80 floors, and it is made out of 11,000 panels of glass. That is the same as 8 football pitches. That's the end of this part of the tour. Before we go on to the next part, we'll have a cup of coffee. But does anyone have any questions?
Okay. So let's watch again for number 4 and choose the correct options in the sentences. Oh, sorry, let's do the question. So which one did we see first? The River Thames, number 2?
The Tower of London.
The Tower of London, B, yeah. 3,
Tower Bridge.
Tower Bridge. 4,
The Gherkin.
the Gherkin. 5,
The Cheese Grater.
yes, the cheese grater. 6,
The Walk Talk.
the walkie-talkie. 7,
The Shard.
the shard. Okay.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the tour today. My name is Keith, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the city where I grew up, the city of London. We are standing in front of the River Thames. If you look behind me, you will see the river. The river is the longest river in England, 360 kilometres long. And 2,000 years ago, where the city of London was founded by the Romans. Cross to the other side of the river, and you can see a lot of different buildings. Some of them are very modern, some of them are very old. The building straight ahead of you, the yellow brick building with 4 towers on each corner, is the Tower of London, and it is 1,000 years old.
Let's look at another famous London site. This is Tower Bridge. If you look carefully at the bridge, you will see a roadway. That roadway lifts up in the middle in order to allow the big ships to come through and to deliver their goods to the city. In fact, the bridge still opens 700 times a year. Now we're going to look at some of the more modern buildings of the City of London. If you look ahead of you, you will see a collection of buildings, all of very different shapes. To the right, the rounded building with the black top is known as the Gherkin. Further round to your left, you will see a taller building which is known as the cheese grater. And then further still round to your left, you can see the large building that gets wider at the top, which is known as the walkie-talkie. Now we're going to go and look at another tall building made of glass. This building is in fact the tallest building in Western Europe. The building in front of you is the Shard. It is 310 meters high, it has over 80 floors, and it is made out of 11,000 panels of glass. That is the same as 8 football pitches. That's the end of this part.
Okay, so number 1, Anderson. Keith grew up in London. So that means as a kid, he was raised there, he grew up. That's where he lived and grew up. And now he's a tour guide there. 2, Joanna. Yep, longest. Is the longest river. 3, Fernando. So you have to read the full sentence. 2000. Yep.
London was founded
By the Romans. So founded means like they're the ones who found it and made it what it was. So it was created by them 2000 years ago. 4, Chicago. Yep. So in the middle, but if you want, you can read the full sentence with the answer. So in the middle, 5, Natalia.
the Guardian building is from there and has a black top.
Yep. 6, Mauricio.
The 6th grade building is
Tola.
taller than the building.
Yep. 7, Camilla.
No, part gets wider at the top. Wider.
The walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
The walkie-talkie.
The walkie-talkie.
No, wider.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
wider at the top. 8, Suzanne. You got 2 answers here.
The chart is the tallest building in Western Europe. It is made out of 1,000 panels of glass, which is equal to 18 football pitches. Eight.
8 football pitches. Okay, let's watch this part and choose the correct answer.
Good morning, everyone. To the tour today.
So what can he be saying? So good morning, everyone. Is he saying pleased to the tour today? Welcome. Welcome.
Bienvenido.
Exactly the same in many languages, right? Welcome. Welcome to my home. So we can say the same thing when people come over. Welcome
If you
to
look at me, you will see the river.
So he pointed if you look, and I want to say, if you look behind. Yeah, right behind me. So behind me is the screen.
Look to the other side of the river and you can see a lot of different buildings.
Look across. So if something is on this side, across, the opposite side.
The building straight of you, the yellow brick building with the 4 towers on each corner, is the Tower of London.
Straight ahead. That's the only word. If something is straight ahead, it means it's in front of. So that's another word. In front of you, straight ahead.
To the right, the rounded building with the black top is known as the Gherkin. Round to your left, you will see a taller building which is known as the cheese grater.
And around. Further around. So if you keep going more, that's what they're trying to say. If you keep going more around. Okay, let's do an exercise. So Camilla, remember you got the address. You know where tomorrow? Do not come to
6
class.
p.m.
Okay, come 6. 5:30 to 6. That's fine. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's do number. See you, Camilla. Good night. Good night. Number 7, work in pairs and plan a tour. See ya, Fernando. Okay, so because we don't have see you, Anderson. See you tomorrow at the place. Don't forget. Okay, choose a place and pretend that you are a tour guide. So for example, if you pick Italy, pick Florence. If you want to pick Florence, pick a certain area. So you got to pretend that you're the tour guide and you're going to tell the class, you know, welcome to the cathedral, whatever. So I'm going to pretend I am the I'm going to tell you, welcome to the Cathedral of Santa Maria di Fiore in Florence. And I'm going to give you some information. So I'm going to pretending I'm presenting it to you guys. I'm going to say, at this cathedral, I'm going to start giving you some information. This cathedral was built whatever year. Inside, you can see this. You can take pictures. Maybe you cannot take pictures. Don't bring food. So pretend you're a tour guide and take us to a place. So I want it to be a place that's not in your country because I want you to learn about a place. So for example, I picked this cathedral. I have never been there. So I'm going to pretend I'm a tour guide and I'm going to talk to you guys and say, welcome to the cathedral. Okay, 10 minutes, 5 minutes to plan your presentation. You only need to give us 5 points, but make it a conversation. So welcome everyone, welcome to the tour. My name is Laila, and I'm going to take you on a tour to the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore in Florence, Italy. And then I'm going to talk about it. If you want, you can do it together or by yourself. So 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go pick up some printing. So Melissa and Nicholas, you can prepare a writing and send it to me in the chat. And Alan, are you still here? You can also send me your writing about a place. Okay, so pretend you are a tour guide. Okay, 5 minutes, and then you come up and present. And I'm gonna go.
This place?
No, any place, but not in your country. Different. Yeah. So for me, I picked this. You have to pick something different. Eiffel Tower, whatever you want, any place in the world. So it has to be a touristic, interesting where people go, not just something, you know, maybe Suzanne could pick Machu Picchu, but not you, because you're from Peru. So any place that's touristic and pretend that you are a tour guide. You can make up a different name. You'd say, hi everyone, my name is different name, Maria. Okay, 5 minutes. Melissa, Nicholas, did you understand? And Alan?
Yes, teacher.
By yourself, yeah, because now, okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes so that I could
Eiffel Tower.
the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, no. Yeah. Me? Yeah.
The same. So maybe you have to, I know it's a very popular, see, so maybe you have to pick different information. So listen to Susanna and pick a different information.
Backpacking, teacher?
Yeah.
Backpacking?
Who?
Backpacking, yeah.
I forgot to ask, did anyone forget their USB? I'll give it up. Yeah.
In the afternoon.
Okay, I'll put it up front for them. Yeah, I put it at the reception. Okay, so Susanna.
Hi, teacher. Mama.
Because we haven't, I think Nicholas and Melissa, we're not talking. Are you here, Nicholas and Melissa? Alan? If not, then okay, so come a little bit.
Hi, teacher.
So Alan, let me make sure. So tell us. Yes, you're the tour. So tell us.
Good morning and welcome to the tour of Eiffel teacher.
The Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is a large tower that is located in the Champ de Mars in Paris, France. The monument has become an icon of the city, the country, and Europe, which receive millions of visitors every year.
Every year.
Yeah, yes. The Eiffel was built for the Universal Exhibition, the event the French Revolution. Through a competitions developed by the French government, severe engineers and como é que fala arquiteto? Architectures presented the projects. The initial idea was idea was to be dismantled. Como é que fala desmontar? Dismantled. After the end of the event. However, it remains in place to this day. Finished.
Okay, thank you. Yes, oh, good. Interesting. Let's do one more. Who would like to go? So I can keep going first. Yes.
Good evening and welcome to the tour. My name is Natalia. Today I'm going to show you around the city of Paris.
Yeah.
This is the Eiffel Tower. Was built in 1999. 1999. No. 1889.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. 1889.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds bad, yes.
It has peak 300 meters.
Oh, wow. 300
Yeah, the tower is famous. House is shown in many movies.
Yeah.
The main material, the tower is iron.
Iron.
Iron,
Okay,
yeah.
so the main material that the Eiffel Tower is made from is from iron.
Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eiffel Tower have 3 floors, only 3 floors.
Okay.
And the first floor is a restaurant.
Yes.
The booking is very, very expensive.
Yes. So say. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Good tour guide. Good tour. Time. You want to do a quick tour? Yeah. Yeah. Which?
Coliseo Romano.
Oh, it's trained.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that.
Yes.
Like this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and pizza.
Yes. Okay, so what's which?
Coliseo Romano.
Also, Roman.
Yes. Hi,
Yeah,
guys.
beautiful.
Hi, my name is Roxana. I will be your guide
To
guide
today.
to see.
Today.
Okay, to see the Roman Coliseum, one of the 7 wonders of the modern world.
One of the 7 wonders of the modern world.
Okay. The Roman Colosseum began to be built in the years 71 BC after the Christo.
Yeah.
For Emperor
Marco Aurelio.
Best by no, in construction.
Okay.
In construction. No. And was inauguration in your 18
Yeah.
after this BC.
Yeah.
Cristo. For the Emperor Titus. Okay. For this inauguration, and party was there lesson 100 days and dozen of gladiator died in this part.
Because fighting. Yeah.
100 died in party.
Wow. Okay.
It has a structure of the 188 meters long
Okay.
and 156 meters wide and 57 meters high. Okay. This has a capacity for 50,000 people.
Wow.
Okay. The Roman Colosseum was remodelation after the Second World War.
Demolished.
Yeah.
Like it had, that's why you can see after the Second World War.
It's a symbol for the war.
Yeah. How beautiful. This is my favorite too.
Okay.
Okay, so right now we did the time.